Israel's closest ally, the United States of America, has warned it would restrict its military support if Israel doesn't allow more humanitarian aid into Gaza in the next 30 days. Now, is it mere lip service? How much does America spend on funding Israel's weapons that are being used in Gaza? Let's try to get these answers in this video. The latest is that the US has written a letter to Israel about this warning. Why so? That's because the situation in Gaza is really bad. UN humanitarian officials say that aid entering into Gaza is at its lowest level in months and have warned that the critical lifelines in the territory's north have been cut off. No food aid has entered there since 1st of October. The 3 hospitals operating minimally in northern Gaza are facing dire shortage of fuel, trauma supplies, medications and blood, and while meals are being delivered, food is dwindling. According to the US, for Israel to continue qualifying for foreign military financing, the level of aid getting into Gaza must increase to at least 350 trucks a day. Israel must institute additional humanitarian pauses and provide increased security for humanitarian sites. But is America's warning a mere lip service? Does the country mean it, or is it just optics? For context, the US is by far the biggest supplier of arms and weapons to Israel. And Israel uses US-supplied aircraft, guided bombs, missiles and shells to fight the war against Hamas in Gaza. What is Israel's defense? Now, the country says that it's not stopping the entry of humanitarian aid, but only targeting Hamas operatives in Gaza. In May this year, US Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin confirmed reports that the US paused a weapons shipment to Israel amid concerns about its military push to invade the city of Rafah. But we all know what happened after that. Israel went ahead and invaded Rafah. Let's try to understand how America spends its money to fund Israel's war in West Asia. The United States has spent a record $17.9 billion on military aid to Israel since the war in Gaza began and led to escalating conflict around West Asia. This according to a report from Brown University's Cost of War project. Since its founding, Israel has been the biggest recipient of US military aid in history, getting $251.2 billion in inflation-adjusted dollars since 1959. Even so, the $17.9 billion spent since October 7, 2023 in inflation-adjusted dollars, this is by far the most military aid sent to Israel in 1 year. Now, what does the military aid include? Although it's not entirely clear of what the US has given to Israel since last October 7th, according to reports, much of the US weapons delivered in the year range from artillery shells to 2,000-pound bunker-buster and precision-guided bombs. The question is, will the US walk the talk on this one?
Thank you for watching CNBC TV 18. For all our top stories and news updates, follow us on our social media platforms.